Hi, I'm Clare Henderson. So with Graphic Studio Dublin and the Laoghaire-Rathdown County Council, we're going to show you how to make some prints in your home, like these. So the first thing you need to do when you're making a stamp is to choose a theme. So that means you could choose flowers or leaves, fish, birds, maybe some fruit. I'm going to do clouds. So then we need to draw some shapes of the thing we've chosen. Just a silhouette, just the outline is fine. So something like this. I think I'll go with this one here. Then we need to trace it onto some cereal box card. So just stuff like this. And you just trace over your drawing and then cut it out. That's your template. I'm going to write T on it so I know it's my template, and I'm going to make a few of these because it's useful to have a few extra. So now you've got a few templates. You can use different textures to stick on, for example some bubble wrap, and then we also need to cover it in J-cloth. I'm going to make two stamps, so one will have bubble wrap texture and one will just be plain. All the plain ones need to be covered in J-cloth so they print better. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to attach everything together. So there are stamps. Now we need to make a handle. So you just piece of A4 paper, fold it up, and then start rolling and folding it. If you're lucky enough to have some jar, like some empty spice jar that has a flat top, or a negative case that has a flat top, or even a tin can, you could use that for your handle. So when you're stamping, they go like this. If you don't have that, it's okay. You can just make a handle out of paper, newspaper, anything. So then what you need to do is, once it's like this, just fold it in like that. And you're aiming to have something flat here that can be used as a handle. You just get some elastic band. If you don't have elastic band, masking tape, sellotape, something like that. Maybe even some string. So then we just need to attach the handles to the stamps. And then all you need to do is glue. Put a little bit of pressure on. Make sure it's all flat and even, and then just leave it. If you're using your paper handles, which are just as good, there's no difference really, it's just whatever you have at home. Same thing, put the glue on the handle like this, and then just stick it to the back. So you need a bit more pressure for these. Once it's stuck, just leave it and leave them to dry. So to make our print, we've made our stamp, and now we need to choose our colours and the thing we're going to print on our paper. If you're lucky enough to have ink, that's great. If you don't, you can use poster paint, or even household paint with some food colouring added to it works well. But these kinds of paints, they dry quite quickly, so we need to make a wet palette to make sure that we have time to make our prints properly. So that means using a baking tray and some kitchen roll or a microfiber cloth on top of the baking tray. Then pour on some water, maybe about 150 ml, and then cover that in greaseproof paper. So you just cut a piece that's a little bit bigger than your baking tray and then push it onto the wet towel. So then it just looks like this. Then we can put our colours here, and they stay kind of moist and kind of cold, so we can print for a few hours even, it's no problem. It stays wet, checked, it stays wet overnight, which is also good. Then you can choose colours that you like to mix together. I like yellow, white and blue. So I'm going to do these. You could choose any combination of colour, and you can definitely have fun with how colours mix together and what colours are made when you mix two colours together. Once you've got your colours decided on and laid out on the palette like this, then you need to make something to print onto. You need something soft and kind of squishy to print onto. I'm lucky enough to have some felt in my house. Maybe you can use kitchen roll or microfiber cloth. Something soft that you can kind of push into a little bit is really good. If you need to protect it, just cover it in plastic. It'll be fine afterwards again. So once you've made your palette and chosen your colours and you've got something soft to print onto, you need to get your paper. That means you can use card, coloured paper or plain paper, and even with plain paper you can fold it up and then make cards out of that. I'm lucky enough to have some blank cards that I can use, so I'm going to use that. So put it on the soft surface. And then cut up a piece of sponge. You should get 6 out of this to use for each colour. So each colour has its own sponge. Try not to mix them up. So I like some blends. So I'm gonna put a blend on my stamp. And then stamp like this. I think I can get 2 out of it, so I'm going to do another one here. Stamp like this. Then I'll try again with another blend. So more sponge, mix it up. But I only want the front part of the card to have design. You can have design the whole way along the card, but I just want the front. So I'm going to use another card to mask it, and I'll also be starting my next card. So I put it both there, and then I've got half on this card and half on that card. Like this. And then for the yellow one. So now you know how to make and print stamps. You can experiment with various papers and cards, different shapes, colours or combinations. Enjoy!